spoken to reporters just before traveling to North Dakota.
And now I'm not seeing my webcam, so I don't have time to tech support my YouTube stream, unfortunately. I'm not sure why the webcam is not working, but it's not. It says it's on, but I don't see it. Sorry, guys. I know my face is beautiful and you want to see it, but the charts are there, so we'll deal with it and I'll tech support it later. Okay. I don't know if there's OBS, the streaming platform that most streamers use, is the most complicated piece of software I've ever used. The beauty of it is it's free. Everybody loves it because it's free. But wow, it's complicated. It
Trump
is
says the
complicated.
denuclearization of Iran is moving along well.
All right.
Trump on Iran
Anybody?
says
No
very good meetings. We're getting
questions?
along very well.
Nitin. Oh, it's not 9 o'clock yet. Watching gold right now, but we're going to go to oil, right? We're going to go to oil. We're going to go to the YM. We also have ISM manufacturing coming up. We don't need the news right now, but we will need it later for ISM manufacturing. These are the
We have a
elements
live video of Trump speaking on the feed for those interested. Again, he's just speaking
for
to reporters
ISM.
before he goes to North Dakota for his events today.
Trump is speaking before he goes to North Dakota
Markets
for
are
whatever he's
breaking the
doing
stock
there.
market.
So right
Also,
now he's
falling oil
talking.
prices.
All right. So we're not going to do any trading right now while he is speaking. ISM manufacturing, it has three elements plus construction spending and new orders. But like I
Meta is
said,
building a
we
cloud
don't need
business
the
to sell
news right now.
excess AI compute.
Expecting lower numbers than previous. Okay, lower numbers than previous. I think manufacturing numbers will be higher, but we shall see. We shall see. Trump, denuclearization of Iran is moving well. Okie dokie. Trump on Iran, very good meetings. We're getting along very well. Okay, great, great. All right, so far so good. Turning off our micro gold at the moment. We have an RTY chart. We'll get that set up for the open shortly. All right, shortly. We've got the YM in the middle. We're turning off all our setups. We're going to modify all our setups for the correct instruments. YM in the middle. YM 0926. Markets are negative so far this
A
morning.
point on Trump's
Not
financial
out of
disclosures. In
control
those
negative.
disclosures, he says that funds run my money and I don't talk to the people who manage my money.
Now, yesterday I heard something really, really corrupt about mining minerals and Lutnick and Trump's kids are on the companies that are being paid to mine the minerals. So that's something that has to be checked. But that's what you see nonstop. Trump's kids, drone companies. This is the world we live in today. This is America today. It will not be America forever.
Trump, on his financial disclosures, says the
All
world is
right.
profiting because the stock market's going
Trump
up.
made
I'm also profiting.
$1 billion on crypto in a financial disclosure he made yesterday. $1 billion.
Trump says
Okay,
Iran has come a long way.
that's fair. Let's go. GC, we're changing to oil, CL. What if you don't know the contract? What if you don't know the contract? So you type in the contract prefix, CL. look down for the future, double click the future, and it will put the correct contract on the chart 99 times out of 100.
Trump says we're
99
building
times out of
robots, power
100.
plants, and AI sites in the US.
CL 826. You can also, we do have a template, a market analyzer template, and it checks instrument, daily volume, and days until rollover. I right click it, I could put the current oil contract on there, and we've got 15 days till rollover. So you don't have to worry yourself about being in a wrong contract for oil. CL 826 is correct. And then we could check natural gas also for tomorrow. NG 826, 26 days until rollover. So that's a newer contract, and we are in the correct contract for natural
Magdalena
gas.
raises early again,
Yesterday,
negative,
did
and Trump
everybody
says
remember
close
to
gains
put
as
your
well.
charts back?
Trump says we could have 50%
Trading
profit gains by the
hours
time I leave
should be
office.
use instrument settings. Trading hours should be use instrument settings. Okay? All your charts, data series, click trading hours, go back to use instrument settings. I forgot to change them. That changes the way your pivots are displayed. Using instrument settings is the default. That's what we use. Always, always, always. Except grain reports. Okay? Except grain reports. And what did we have yesterday? Grain reports. So now I'm back to normal. It's not a big difference, but it's a little bit of a difference that can affect a trade. Okay? It can. All right. CL 826 on the left. Oil under 70 at the moment. YM in a very tight range. Negative, however, below the VWAP, down over 150 points. Remember, volume's going to get lower. Interest in trading is going to get less as the week goes on. Friday is a holiday here. I'm not positive what, if any, trading schedule. I think the markets are probably open half a day, is my guess. I've not received a schedule yet on Friday. We are not trading Friday. And you just want to be more careful this week. Check your volumes. So we're going to modify our gold setups that were on the left-hand chart. We're going to right-click strategies. We had a breakout trade,
Trump is
and I
not
don't
using his
need that.
remarks to report
We're
on
not
trades.
using it. So I will
Again, just
remove
a
it.
reminder, Trump is going to North Dakota today. He is due to be attending an event and then giving remarks. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time, respectively.
We're going to change our micro gold magnet to an oil magnet. High of day, low of day. Position 1 is a 1. The stop is 30. Everything else is default. All right. Now I'm testing brand new versions of our software. If everything is working fine, I'm going to request that everyone will update their software. And a good time to do it would be over the holiday weekend if you're a member. I'll let everybody know if I've put the new versions up on the website, okay? And if we've updated our PDF software installation. High of day, low of day on the magnet, one position, default target, 30 on the stop. Label it CL magnet. And I'm in account number 54. Apply it. We're going to modify our reverse continue, make that an oil. Set up one contract, 25 target, 25 stop. That's our scalp setup. One contract, 25 target, 25 stop. And label it CL reverse continue. Everything is in the same trading account. On this chart is account 54. We just made money on that account. CL magnet, CL reverse continue. Now, before I turn them on, let's take a quick look. How is CL over the past hours? 15-minute chart. So CL overnight was a bit negative, a bit bearish, right? There was a sell-off, 69. It hit 70 and broke 70 and then sold off. So we're down $2 from yesterday evening's high, okay? Approximately $2. And we've pulled up about $1 of that. So I would say we're still bearish, but clearly oil can move in any direction. But I would say right now we're on the bearish side. At the very moment, on a 1-minute chart, price is a little bit bullish with the squeeze, momentum up, volume low, not very impressive volume. So that's where oil sits right now. Yesterday we took an oil scalp right after the open, and it was a nice trade. Okay. Now how about
Meta shares
we
jumped
check our middle
8.6%
chart?
pre-market on their plans to develop a cloud
We're
business.
going to modify the setups for the YM. So we had an ES magnet. Let's make it a YM magnet. High of day, low of day. Position 1 is a 1. Target 1, -3. Position 2 is a 1. Target 2 will be 12 ticks. If it breaks the magnet by 12 ticks, that's our second position. 40 stop. And we'll trade that in number 69. Now, inside the magnet, there are buttons. If you notice, there's buttons on the control panel. You have a reverse continue and you have a reverse continue setup. If you don't want to put a separate reverse continue on the chart, you can do it from a magnet. I like to put the separate one on the chart. It's always there. I don't have to think about it. The reason it's also part of the magnet is some members don't have any other software except the magnet strategy. And the reverse continue is so important, we wanted people to be able to take advantage of it. So it's easy to program. You just go to reverse continue and how many positions, what the stop is, what your target is. It's not rocket science. Just answer the questions. A simple reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1. Stop is 35. Target's 35. That's the default in the new magnet. So you don't even have to do anything to program the button for the YM. And then there's a signal button. And that's the ARS Enter Now button. That trade is controlled with ARS management. How many positions? 1. How many contracts on position 1? The default is 1. The target's 35. The stop is 35. You can do a 2-position signal trade. You can add another contract position 2. You don't need to program those buttons unless you are going to use those buttons. Label the magnet YM magnet. And we said account 69 for our morning magnet. High of day, low of day, apply it. It's labeled YM magnet. Okay it. Turn on the YM magnet. Now I need to relabel my reverse continue on the YM. Let's fix the YM reverse continue. That was the ES. All right. Target 40. Stop 35. 1 contract this morning. We're going to go down and label it YM reverse continue. And you can trade more contracts. It's up to you. Labeled reverse continue. Choose the account you're trading it in. Apply it. Okay it. Now our reverse continue is labeled properly in the control panel. When you label an event, a setup, you can see the name. If you can't see the name, everything's all scrunched up, hold down your left mouse button until you see the double arrow, spread it apart, and you'll see the names of your setups. Just like the account display name. That's very important also. So we can turn on our YM reverse continue, right? We have our YM magnet, and you can adjust your magnet entry orders. The magnet entry orders are these heavy lines. That's where we're going to enter our trade for an exit at the magnet. The high of day if we go up, at the low of day if we go down. So we're going to get short at 42. If I want to go short under 40, I could put my short at 49 if I wanted to. If I want to target the VWAP, we can target the VWAP with our targeting system in the control panel. I am going to put my signals on 2, filtering of ARS 2. Right now we're just watching. I'm not doing anything yet. I'm just watching. Oil, I am thinking about taking a short with oil. Oil opens at 9. It's negative. I'm not jumping yet. Where would you put your stop if you went short oil right now? You could use market structure and possibly put a stop at around 90. Probably S1 would make the most sense, above S1. The VWAP is even better, but that's a lot of risk. That would be a $500 one contract trade. Am I that certain about the short direction? I'm feeling pretty strongly. I missed it already. I'm missing it. You could put your
Order submitted.
order, you could just leave it where it is. That's not a bad stop. It's above a lot of the structure, and we could go for like a 10 tick scalp, right? Go for like a 10 tick scalp, see how it works out.
So keep in
I'll
mind,
take a
in
shot.
10 minutes time now at the top of the hour. We are expecting
I'm not always
from
right
Fed's
in the
chairwoman,
mornings.
ECB's President Lagarde, Bank of England's Governor Bailey,
I've
and
gotten
Bank of
burned on
Canada's
plenty
Governor
of oil
Maxwell. They're all
trades.
speaking at the ECB Forum on Central Banking in Sintra. We have got the live video on the feed for those interested.
Momentum is down. The trend is down. So we're just watching, see how our trade's going to work. We did have a micro gold reverse continue that was on this chart. Now that's going to be our RTY chart. So we could start to set up our RTY for the open. First thing we'll do is modify that reverse continue for one contract RTY, 35 on the stop, and target. Scroll down, label it RTY reverse continue. And 66 is the funded account I trade the RTY. That's the account I use. Now look, did I get it wrong on oil? Maybe. Right now it's going against me. Right now it's going against me.
According to an Al Jazeera reporter
It's not
on
the end of the
X, the
world.
Doha station establishes the next phase of Iranian-American negotiations and talks with positive atmospheres. They say that this round may resolve Iran's access to its frozen funds, and that Iran, without a memorandum of understanding, will continue to monitor the ceasefire in Lebanon through a follow-up committee.
All right.
This is the Qatari and Pakistani mediators
Account
following up on the
66
Strait of Hormuz
RTY,
talks.
reverse continue, apply it. And then we'll also put our range trade for the market open on the RTY. I have a template. I'm loading it. RTY open. If you go to range, go to the very top and make sure your trade type says range trade. Activate range end, not the beginning. 9:30:00. That's when the range ends. 9:30:00. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10 ticks, target 2 is 20. Target 1 stop move. Hits the first target, go to break even. Stop 25 at the moment. That's my setup. RTY range. Label it RTY range. Choose the account. Apply it. Okay it. Double check Chart Trader that you're in that correct account. You can turn it on. Both trades. A little bit early to trade the RTY. You can also put a magnet on the RTY. So oil, I want to be more than 2 ticks above the market structure. I probably want to be above the S1, and I really want to be above the VWAP. Let's see if it really goes against us with a vengeance or if it just hangs around. Now, Nitin has a really interesting trade that I would like to co-op and steal it for the room. It's the 9 a.m. Eastern Time gold. Most of the time, it's a trap trade. I don't have enough charts on one screen to do all the things we'd like to do. RTY is ready. Now we could use that. We could add another chart and look at a gold
In 5
trap
minutes
just
time
for
now, at the
fun,
top of the hour, we're
right? You could
expecting the result
just
of the ECB forum on
copy
central banking in
this
Sintra,
chart.
which is featuring Fed's Chair Walsh, ECB's President Lagarde, Bank of
You
England's
could
Governor
copy the
Bailey,
chart.
and Bank of Canada's Governor Macklem. They're all due to be speaking live in just under 5 minutes time
I
now.
just want to
The live
check
video is on the
things.
feed for those
Oil
interested.
is in the correct account. RTY, we were going to put a magnet on. Let's put a magnet on the RTY, high of day, low of day. Right now it's off. We're going to leave it off for the moment. One position, 35 on the stop.
US crude futures
The
falling to around
target is default.
$58.22 a barrel. It's
3
its lowest level
ticks
since February
from the
22nd.
magnet. Label it RTY magnet. See, you never want to get scared that there's so many things to adjust because most of them you don't adjust. Account, put the account on for the chart you're trading. And now if we turn on our RTY magnet, we will get RTY signals. Now it does look like oil's gone against me. I want to survive until the oil open. That's 9 o'clock. I will move my stop above S1. I'll probably ultimately move it above the VWAP by at least 5 ticks. So I'm risking about a $500 trade. That's what I said I was going to do if I took this trade, most probably. Right? It is what it is. Paul, on the RTY, target 1 is 10, target 2 is 20. Truthfully, there's no law that you can't do 15 and 30. So many times we leave money on the table with that trade. I have been very conservative on that trade, and it's worked well for me. And Paul, it's nice to have you back. Memory stocks are going through the roof because they have sold all their inventory to data centers, and regular people cannot buy memory at a fair price. If you want to build a PC or you need a memory card for your camera, too bad, Charlie, you're out of luck. All the data centers are getting all the memory, all the drives. Memory prices, talk about inflation. Computer part prices, 500% inflation. We're not talking 2%, 4%. You're talking hundreds of percent. Anyone who tries to tell you there's no inflation is a liar. It's just that simple. They're just lying. And we all know the truth. We know what we buy. You know the cost of food. You know the cost of your homeowner's insurance. You know the cost of every single thing that you buy. Just for fun, I'm just curious. Name one thing you buy that's cheaper today than it
We
was
are shortly
2 months
expecting
ago.
comments from numerous central bank chairs at the
There
Fed
might be
forum,
some
and we've got
things.
the live video on the feed. So keep in mind there is no text expected. This is a Q&A event. The
There
official
might be
Fed
some
fund rate
things.
at 3.63%. That was unchanged.
Now, always remember there's no law
We're
that
seeing a
says you have to stay in a
6.0
trade
magnitude
that
earthquake
isn't
with
going in your
three
favor. You can
9.1
exit
east
the
of
trade.
Oda, Japan.
You could move your stop all the way down to the current price. And if it goes, you know, through your stop, you could get out of the trade early, right? There's no law. You don't have to watch a trade go bad all the way to negative $500 if you don't want to. You could say to yourself, okay, I got it wrong, possibly. Let's exit and wait for another opportunity. That's trading. Now, something just might be going on. How about the market open? Is what's going on. It opened to the upside. It opened to the upside, so we may not survive this trade because the market decided to open up on oil. As negative as it was overnight, it might decide it doesn't want to be negative. The market doesn't want to go that direction. So now, I look real
Voice news
dumb,
disconnected.
right? I look dumb. Yesterday, I looked real smart. We had a nice oil
Trade
scalp
cooperation
in
with
the
the
morning.
UK.
So S1, will it burst through it? It definitely looks like we're on the wrong side this morning. Today, the market open was a rare breakout, 22 ticks. However,
So that was from Chinese Commerce
we wouldn't have
Minister
made
Wang
much money on
Wentao,
it because
speaking
our
in London.
bracket would have been 25. Our bracket would have been 25. Not all that interesting. That's why the gold open is not that great. I don't mean gold, I mean oil. and it's going to stop us out. That's what it looks like. It's going through the VWAP, and it's going to stop me out. Now, am I going to go cry in a corner because this trade didn't work? Not at all. It's a eval. It's an eval. It's not a funded account. It's an eval.
And China's Commerce Ministry Wang Wentao says that China has huge potential in expanding imports
I'm not
from the
going to
UK.
expand my stop. It's broken the VWAP. This is a loser. It didn't work. The market
Order
open
filled.
got me. I was up from ADP, so I'm down 300 and change. In a eval account, that is up almost 2,000 from where it started. So I'm sitting okay in this account at the moment. I've done a little bit of damage to it, but nothing that is going to really matter at the moment. I took a shot. Trend looked down. It was down overnight. You still might get that test of the low. Oil might decide to go up to the high. You never know. Do you want to take a second shot right here? Sometimes I would, but since we're going to the open, I'll go to our
And
normal
so the
open. But
video
it looks
regarding the
like
ECB forum
the
on central
VWAP
banking in Sintra is due
might
to
have been a
start
good
any
stop.
time now.
A
That is
couple of
playing a
extra
introductory
ticks
video.
might have been not too terrible, right? Not too terrible. So that 9 a.m. gold trap trade looked like it worked this morning. So what are we going to do? So we're going to walk away from our oil. I'm not taking another oil trade. We're going to change the oil chart to the MNQ. I'm watching though. Maybe I will take another oil trade. Put that reverse continue. If I were going to take a trade here, I'd put my stop probably 23. I'm not going to. I'm just telling you if I was crazy enough to do it. It's still pushing up, upward momentum. You know, we just got the wrong side. But also the VWAP is a good level. And look, sometimes you just have to accept the trade not working and move on. So that's what we'll do. Turn off oil. We're going to modify our chart to the MNQ 0926. What happened at 8:35? That might have been nope, I was going to say comments. There wasn't really 8:30 news today. Trump was talking at 8:35, so that's probably what caused the movement.
ECB's President
Market's
Lagarde
pretty
first
negative at
says,
the
if I
moment.
have one regret, it's that I was bound by forward guidance in the
YM
past.
looking for a test of the low for the open trade. That's what I'm looking for in the YM. That trade's been set up long ago. All right, MNQ, let's get our charts modified and our breakouts loaded. So we'll change the magnet to an MNQ magnet. High of day, low of day, stop 100. It's only 50 cents a tick. Default on the target. All right. Default on the target. Label it MNQ magnet. And I'm keeping the same account. Now we're going to try and make that money back. Apply it, and we'll modify our reverse continue. That was an oil reverse continue. Now it's an MNQ. Target of 100, and we'll do a stop of 100. Number of contracts is up to you. The account is up to you. The label, MNQ reverse continue. Make sure you label it, apply it, okay it. All right. So our MNQ, you could put the magnet on if you want to see signals. I'm using filtering of 2. Filtering of 2. Filtering of 3 is a stronger filter. All right. So we need our 925 breakout. Our MNQ 925 breakout. Is the MNQ going to test the new low right now? You could make the magnet an automated test by turning on the automatic button. Press the magnet
Ed
entry
Walsh says we'll
button.
chart a new course so we
Make
can
it
make better
auto.
decisions. Says not
Okay.
going to give forward guidance.
The YM,
So again,
I
that's
guess
Fed Walsh
I'm going to
repeating he's
risk
not
it.
going to give forward guidance.
I think the MNQ is going to probably make a new low also. Usually I don't trade the MNQ this early because I need to set up the trades. So let's just set up the trades. We have our reverse continue. We need our breakouts. So we have a 925 pre-open breakout. All right, TJ, I see what you say about the trap trade. So your homework for the holiday
Ed Walsh says going to have a good
is
family
go
fun
to our
at the July
YouTube
FOMC
channel
meeting.
and watch a recent trap trade webinar so that you know how to set up trap trades. There you go. And you'll know after 40 minutes how to set up trap trades. If you're willing to invest the time, you can learn it. All right? That's what I would recommend. And the
Bank of
key,
England's Governor Bailey now
sure,
says we've got a softening
yes,
economy and labour
the
market.
key to trap trades, the key to setting up trades, create a spike sheet. What's a spike sheet? Let me set up our MNQ and remind me to tell you what the spike sheet is. Don't let me forget. MNQ, let's go to strategy. Let's load our pre-open 925 template because I'll trade it. Pre is what it's called. And look, people that are watching, friends, we could have a morning where every trade fails. It's very rare. Most of the time, you get a couple of winners,
Bank of England's Governor Bailey says
mostly
the decision not
winners,
to raise rates was
an
based on
occasional
the softening
loser.
economy.
But most often, it's mostly winners and occasional losers. But every morning can't be winner, 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 winner. Right-click our pre-MNQ. We're going to rename it.
Bailey says activity
Today's
and
date,
labour market softening and output gaps are
7/01.
opening. And Bank of England's Bailey says rate
When
cuts
you
off
load
the
it,
table
it
at the
saves it.
moment.
Our setup is 00/9/24/59. I'm putting it on 0 to trigger a bracket. I want to check the bracket. Our bracket setup is 30. Target 1 is 25. Target 2 is 68. the stop is 75, and target one stop move is BE, I should delay that move by 10 seconds. That's what we're really supposed to do. Let's test the software, see if it works, the new version. I'm delaying the stop move by 10 seconds. It's a new feature in the software.
Bank of England's Governor
It's
Bailey
called
says we have a delayed reaction
Stop,
mechanism
Move,
to energy
Wait.
prices.
Stop, move, wait. All right? And I'm typing in 10. It's 10 seconds. If you hover over the items, you'll get a definition of what that item is. Put your mouse on each input and it'll tell you what the input is. And in some cases, it'll tell you how to do it. Is it ticks, BE, okay? You get a lot of info just by hovering over the input. So our stop, move, wait, I'll delay it by 10 seconds. Now, if there's a big reversal and it's fast, that could cause a losing trade. But our testing on the pre-open was it was better not to move the stop immediately. But that testing is now a month old. And the truth is, we've been making money
Bank of
on that
Canada's Governor
trade
Macklem now says in
by
Canada
moving
the
the
economy
stop.
is
So
soft.
maybe I'll just leave the stop and move it the way I've been moving it. Because now that I'm thinking about it, let's do a test today. It's an eval. Life won't end if we lose more
Bank
money.
of Canada's Governor Macklem says inflation is clearly above target.
What's the worst that happens if I ruin this eval? I have to buy another one on sale for $19.25. I'm not going to pay $39 to reset it. That would be foolish. Just terminate the account and buy a new one. $19.25.
Bank of England's
Doesn't
Governor
that make
Bailey
more
says you
sense?
can argue that policy has been tightened.
And that's your risk. Trading prop now. You're not risking $330 on that oil trade that didn't make money this morning.
Bank of Canada's Governor Macklem says we are
Right?
at the bottom end of the neutral range, about the
worst
right
that
level
could
to
happen
keep
to me
inflation contained.
Is I might lose $19.25 today. So if you're trading prop, you want to budget X amount of dollars for your prop account purchases during the
Bank of
month.
Canada's Governor Macklem, says we've got to be humble amid uncertainty. If the situation changes, we are prepared to take action. So again, that was Bank of Canada's Macklem.
Okay. So we're testing the bracket with a 0 time. 30 is the bracket. Targets 25 and 68. I'm testing the new feature. Let's test the bracket on sim. Turn on the trade.
Order submitted.
There's our brackets, very manageable. We're too close to high of day, low of day right now because I'm not taking a magnet trade. So first thing, we're going to adjust our time on the
Fed's
breakout
Chair
to
Walsh said, I hope that the results of the task forces will be a
9:24:59.
public good.
And we're now going to go down to the account and put it on the account we're trading, number 54. We're going to apply it and okay it. And now we're ready to trade our pre-open, and we're going to put our chart trader on 54, turn it on, and I'm also going to load my 930 trade. Yesterday,
And
it
Fed's
took
Chair
a
Walsh
while
says
to get
monetary
out of the
policy spills over
925
between our
trade.
economies.
You're not always going to have time to set up your 930 trade if you're also trading 925. So put another strategy on the chart for your 930 setup. Here's the 930 setup. But you don't need to test the bracket for 930 because it's meaningless until after your 925 trade is done. MNQ new open is what I called it, the template.
Fed's Walsh did say that it's up to the central bank to decide if AI is inflationary,
MNQ, new open.
and says
Right
that the
click
AI
it.
boom is
We're going
showing
to name
itself
it
most
today's
prominently
date,
in the US.
July 1st. We're going to load it. We're going to leave everything normal. It triggers 9:29:59. Yesterday we got stopped, Roz, but other than yesterday, it's been working like it always does. Occasional good trailing and a lot of target ones. Bracket of 30,
Fed's Walsh
target of
says it's
20,
exciting and
target of
consequential
100,
time to be a central banker.
125 on the stop, BE on target 1 stop move, not delaying it. And everything is on number 54. Apply it, okay it. Market like something, right? Now you don't have to turn on, you don't have to turn on your 925, 930 trade unless you're not trading the 925 one. So what's the market liking here? Warsh is speaking.
ECB's President Lagarde says risks are more broadly balanced than they
And
were a few weeks
Lagarde
ago.
is speaking. I will let the
Walsh says
YM
expanded supply would have huge
fill
implications
for
for
a
policy.
test to the high, even though it's negative.
So a bit of strength in the S&P, a bit of weakness in the dollar there. As again, Fed's Walsh did say that expanded
I am
supply would
thinking
have
if I
huge
want to wait
implications for
until
policy.
closer to the open, if I want to wait, I just turn off the magnet auto button by clicking it and turning off the purple. Because the YM is still negative on the morning. Sometimes the market will make the decision for you, right? Now, I think therefore I am. Right now we're just watching. The YM really looks like it wants to burst up, doesn't it? Momentum is pretty strong to the upside. RTY, but everything else is negative. That's my hesitation. RTY is negative. MNQ is negative. It just may not get to the high. It's possible. It might not get there. It might just go up to our level and then pull back. There's always risk. Which statement, Joe? Which? I wasn't paying attention. Hey, I didn't tell everybody the spike sheet. So what's a spike sheet? Getting back to TJ and the trap trade. I think therefore
Bank
I
of
am.
Canada's
Okay.
Governor Macklem says AI investment in the
Getting
US
back to the
leads
spike
to
sheet.
headwinds
What is
and
a spike sheet?
competitive pressure.
If you're going to create setups, create a spike sheet. A spike sheet is just a simple sheet with every
According to Amiri Diwan, Qatar's emir meets with US
News
envoy
release
Witkoff and Kushner.
tracked at the exact moment of the release, put the amount the news spiked. So, for instance, ISM Manufacturing, gold, it was a whipsaw in June.
US Treasury yields pare their
May,
gains as Fed
it
Chair Walsh
spiked
speaks at the
90
central panel.
ticks.
Yields on the 10-year Treasury
April, it
notes last
spiked
up around
110.
5.91 basis points.
And you could see how much did it reverse? How big of a stop do you need? Test various bracket sizes. But the spike is very important because it tells you initially, especially if it's a trap, how big your tiers need to be. If you've got 3 months where it moved 90, 110, 90,
Bank of Canada's Governor
120,
Macklem says it's an open
then your
question when
tiers,
AI-driven
they might
disinflation
be
kicks in.
80 and 110. But if you then throw in an anomaly of 180, that makes a little bit of extra risk. I'm not planning on that being anything more than an anomaly because all of our other spikes are way less than the 180. A spike sheet gives you a very quick view of how an event moved at the exact moment of the news. Okay? And that helps you create your setups. Our 925 is going to trigger soon. The one thing I have not been able to figure out is why the clock is showing up behind charts all these days. TJ, you can take an average if you want. You can. We'd sometimes do an average. Or you could look at your lowest spike, look at your highest spike, and then your lowest tier should be somewhere probably a little bit lower than the lowest, and then your highest tier, depending on the size of your stop, should be somewhat close to the highest. The YM's going to fill. I'm going to let it, I guess. It means I'll have to manage it. Our MNQ breakout is going to show up right now.
Order
Bank of
submitted.
England's Governor Bailey
Orders
on
to order
AI says it's
filled.
still in an experimental phase.
Expanding the target. Oh, we had a 10-second delay. I forgot.
Gold
Turning
rising
off
nearly
my
1%.
magnet orders. Trailing. Expanding to the low of the day. Trailing.
Bank of England's Governor
Trying
Bailey
not to
on
get
AI
too
says I don't
close.
see an impact in the economy-wide
This
data.
MNQ pre-open has gotten better
Fed's
over
Walsh
the
says the US
past
is likely to
10
be a
days.
winner in AI,
I
but
would
it's not
say
a zero-sum game.
it has gotten better. So it looks like it wants to test the low. I don't want
And
to
Walsh says
trail
the US is
so
not afraid of a
close
productivity-led
that I
economic
get
growth.
taken out. The YM totally changed direction on us.
Walsh says the rate of change in AI model improvement is exponential.
Warsh is being questioned somewhere.
Fed's Walsh says we are only in the first or second innings of this revolution,
He thinks we're only in the
referring to
second
AI.
inning of this AI revolution. I don't know how you all feel about AI, but Looks like we're going to test that low, doesn't it? Top of the candle looks like a good stop now.
Order filled.
And that's where we wound up. That was a very nice micro trade. Okay. We're going to get rid of that trade and remove it
Feds Walsh says
from
there's
the
a serious
control
question over
panel
timing of AI impact
because
on
we're
jobs.
done with it, and we're going to turn on our 930 trade. We now have time to check our 930 bracket. So I'm going to go to the breakout on our 930 bracket, breakout, 929.59. I'm going to set it to 0.2959. Scroll down to the account under setup and make it sim. Apply it, okay it, and I'm going to turn the trade on
Bank of
and
England's
look at the
Governor Bailey
bracket.
says we need
Order
stronger
submitted.
coordination to tackle
Order
risks
canceled.
stemming from AI models.
That's my management. That's fine. I don't want the brackets right on top of each other. We just want to be able to see them and manage the trade
Feds Walsh just saying
if
we have to
that's
deliver
your
both on
only
employment
trade.
and stable prices.
929.59.
And ECB's President Lagarde now says we're not in stagflation.
Back to account number 54. Apply it, okay it. Put the chart on 54. And now we're waiting. Turn on your breakout. Now we're waiting for all of our setups. I'm assuming you traded NQ on that trade, TJ. Now, we didn't test the NQ on the pre-open trade.
Lagarde
It's really
is saying
just
we'll
a
take
question of
necessary
the
steps
stop.
to contain inflation.
If you use a nice big fat stop, I would say 55 ticks would be the stop I would use if I trade that 925 with the NQ.
Feds Walsh says labour markets are steady and demand in the economy is solid. 1 minute now until we get the markets on open imbalance.
So right now,
Feds Walsh
we're
says
just
the supply side of the
waiting
US economy is
for the
strong.
market open. We could have put on a VWAP,
Feds Walsh says
test
we're
the
in the price
VWAP,
stability business.
VWAP on the open. That might have been the better setup. One of these
Feds Walsh
mornings,
says I
I'm
don't
going to
want to
learn
give an update on
to
the
do the
last 2
VWAP.
weeks of data.
That's what I'm going to learn. Do the darn
Feds
VWAP
Walsh
on
once
the
again
YM.
refusing forward guidance.
It seems better than the highs and lows.
But Feds
It
Walsh does
just
say
seems
we've
better.
looked around and see that prices are too high, and that we've recommitted to delivering price stability.
Here comes the open. Heaven knows what direction we're going to go.
Submitted. Order filled.
Markets
Order
on
filled.
open imbalance. S&P
Order
500 sell
filled.
side 20
All right,
million,
we hit
Nasdaq 100
target
buy side
1.
9 million. Feds Walsh
Target
says
1.
expectations of inflation over the first 4 weeks have come down. Back to the market on open. Dow 30 is a sell side of 44 million. Mag 7 a
Am
buy
I on
side
the
of
wrong
5 million.
chart?
Feds Walsh says
What the
inflation
heck?
risks
I'm
have
on
come
the
down in the
wrong
last 4 weeks.
chart. I'm sorry to say. Hang on, folks.
Feds Walsh says if anyone
We'll make sense of it in a
we'd
minute.
be happy with inflation above
My
2%,
magnet,
they will be
I
disappointed.
believe I was on the wrong chart. It hit both targets. It hit both targets.
And Walsh just saying there's no changes in independence.
So it was a winning trade on my magnet. In the funded account. Okay, I was on the wrong chart. I apologize. RTY, target 1 reversed. Small winner. Small winner. MNQ, just looking at the orders, short,
Meta
all
shares
targets
opened
hit
7.9% higher,
immediately.
the most since April the 8th.
We'll look at the
This
video.
is following
That's what we're
reports
going to
that
do.
Meta is planning to open a cloud business.
Now, I don't expect everybody to trade all these setups. It's hard to trade 6 different setups. You know, I have to take
We've got some
a
other
break
cloud
now
companies
because
falling in
I
sympathy.
don't want to
CoreWeave
scalp
shares
in
down
my funded
12%,
account on the
Nvidia's down
RTY.
14%.
That's
And
the
Bank of
one thing
Canada's
I
Governor
don't
Maxwell
do.
says we
I
will keep
don't
inflation
scalp
expectations well
on
anchored.
my RTY account. I just
Fed's
don't.
Chair Walsh
Okay?
says tactics and strategy for price stability is still to come.
Very rarely. Not when I'm in the trade room in general. Now we have a short signal on the YM. It's a little bit delayed. It is a little bit delayed. The YM, it just barely tested the low. That's a VWAP signal. It's not a high of day, low of day. It's a VWAP. It's probably a valid signal. Don't forget, we have ISM manufacturing. Excuse me. So I'm not jumping into anything now. We have to get ready for ISM manufacturing. My throat is killing me. Let's watch the video. All right. I'm done. My open trading. Small profit, RTY. Small profit, YM. Unfortunately, I don't know what chart I was on. I thought I was on the right chart. I really did, but I was not.
So out of the open, the
I was
S&P
not.
extending its drop down 0.5% as Fed's Chair
RT, I
Walsh
mean
speaks.
YM, my magnet. I thought I was on 69, but we didn't see the trade. And then when I went back to the chart, it was profitable. All right.
Bank of England's Governor Bailey says forward guidance becomes quite problematic after a while.
Hang on. Hang on, folks. I have to do something. Bear with me. Hang
Fed's
tight.
Walsh says the
Hang
most
tight.
important thing we can do is get policy right.
Looks like RTY is going to try and break the range. All right. Very quick. Very quick. Same setup. Your live account went long. Calvin, you're talking MNQ on that? You're talking MNQ? In a fast opening market, there is no
Fed's Walsh says
guarantee
if models are an
that
obstacle to good
everybody
policy,
will
then get
get
rid of them.
filled
Says volatility
exactly
is
the
down
same.
and yields are
It's
are
very
down.
important to remember that. It's very important to remember that. You may not get the exact same fill. It's just the way things happen. All right? Right now, I'm turning everything off. We're going to get ready for ISM manufacturing. At
In
9:45,
10 minutes time
there
now, at
is a
9:45
setup
a.m. Eastern Time, we get the
for
US S&P
final
manufacturing
manufacturing.
PMI, the June
Final
final read.
manufacturing.
Forecasts remain
I
unchanged at
do want to
55
look at
spot
the
7 with a
video
range of 56 to
very
55 spot 2.
quickly so you could see what happened on the open. So let's do that. Let me set up a new video. Let me set up the news for ISM. And then we're going to be ready to go. Takes a few seconds. So be patient, everybody. And we are going to stay in the room through the oil inventory report. Okay? Through the oil inventory report.
Fed's Walsh says we'll likely have news next week on the leaders of task forces.
I may not be able to keep my news
Night shares fall about 2% following the company's earnings report last night.
on display for us to see. All right? Here's the open.
Fed's
Here's the
Walsh
video
says
of the
we'll
open.
ask best minds from inside and outside the US. This is on the task forces.
Notice
Lockheed
we've
Martin
almost
shares up
made
around
all of our
1.3%
oil money
following
back.
Citigroup raising them to
We
buy
were
from
down
neutral.
we made 2/3 of it back. One bad trade, it could ruin a morning if you take a bad scalp with oil. But I don't regret it. It was not a bad decision. It was not a bad decision. The trend was in our favor very quickly. Let me just set up our video. And I'll show you the open, and then we'll set up ISM, and I'll explain the risks. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus, ISM Manufacturing. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the market open video. As a recap, RTY all the way on the right hit target 1 and reversed. So it did what it's supposed to do if it does a quick reversal. YM, quick magnet, small profit. I was on the wrong chart. We won't see that. But when I went to the right account, it was profitable, and you could tell by looking at the orders. MNQ, our 925 open was excellent, and our 930 open, we're going to look at that right now, it was a winner. Let's watch the MNQ on the left. So we had our 925 trade, right? It immediately filled short. Filled short. We were able to move our stop to safety, and we were able to trail almost for a test of the low. That was just under $100 profit on micros.
Fed's War says the Fed stands for staying in its lane on
Then
monetary
at
policy.
9:30, I was not watching the MNQ. Let's watch it. Here's the MNQ. All the way on the right is the RTY. Here's the MNQ. Filled short. Hit both targets. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. RTY. Watch the RTY. It's going to go up. Hit target 1. Reverse. Stop. Move to safety automatically. Automatically. Hits the first target. Pulls back. You don't even see it with the naked eye. But that's what it did,
In 5
folks.
minutes time now, at 9:45 a.m. Eastern
Proof
Time,
is
we get
in
the
the
US
money.
S&P manufacturing
Proof
PMI
is in the
June
money.
final read.
At
Forecast 55.7 remaining
9:45,
unchanged
there will
with a range
be
of 56 to 55 at spot 2.
9:45. There will be final manufacturing. We don't trade that. Doesn't usually do much.
To keep in mind, White House
So
spokeswoman Kelly currently speaking on Fox News as well.
here's our DMM for ISM manufacturing. ISM manufacturing has not been a
Bank
great
of Canada's Governor
event
Macklem says
for
from a financial
years.
stability point
Okay,
of view, stock
years.
valuations look stretched.
Looking at the gold breakout, super high risk. 65
White
stop.
House
It's
spokesperson
over
Kelly says the US and Iran have
$1,000
a
of
good chance
risk
to make a deal.
on the breakout. If you're going to trade ISM, I would go with the MNQ. It's a medium setup. How do I know? Let's look at the spike sheet. Do we have a spike sheet? No, we don't. Sorry. We didn't do one. So how do I know the MNQ is good? Because I had extra notes and we did some replays. So MNQ's okay. We do have a spike sheet for gold breakout. The gold breakout is extreme risk. It can easily blow up a prop account. It was
Bank
a
of Canada's
whipsaw
Governor Macklem says the
in
rise of
June.
hedge funds in
90
sovereign debt
ticks
markets
though in
makes you
May,
nervous that repo
110 in
market
April,
disruptions could trigger a
90
rapid
in
unwind.
March, 180 in February. But it's had whip, 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 whip. This is a report that loves to whip. So if you're going to trade a gold breakout, you're accepting whipsaw risk. It's just the way it is. You accept that risk. We also have a gold trap test spike sheet. And it's different testing for a trap because your orders go on the charts at different times. So spike of 40, 125, 140, 140, 275. So you have an anomaly in February, and you have another anomaly in June. So you've got 3 traps that we could have a setup. But that's not a very positive set of trap trades. You've got 2 that are off the cuff, 3 that were good. So 3 out of 5, that's not terrible. If you go down, it's very inconsistent. It is an inconsistent trap, so I'm not doing the gold trap. Okay? We do have an MNQ setup. We did have an ES trap, and I think that setup was pretty poor. Let's take a quick look. Not that bad, actually. ES, not that bad. After yesterday's jolts and consumer
1
confidence
minute
being a
remaining for the US
perfect
S&P
ES trap,
manufacturing PMI.
I'm tempted to take an extra
Meta
risk
shares now up 7.2%
with the
after the
ES.
company reports that it's building a cloud business to sell excess AI compute. This was reported pre-market.
Okay, right now you have a
White House Press
9:45
Secretary
news
Levitt
report
says that US VP
going to
Vance
take
says that the
place.
US
Let's
is in a
just
great
watch
position
the
with Iran
markets
and has
real
accomplished
quick,
its core mission.
and then we'll set up 2 setups
So
for
Levitt there, just
ISM
reposting a Fox
manufacturing.
News article
All
about
right?
US VP Vance.
But I think, look, I think you understand that sometimes a report is not very reliable. It has lots of different instruments, lots of different setups because it hasn't been consistent. When a
10
report
seconds
is
for
not
data.
consistent, it's not a best of the best. And if you decide to trade it, you're taking on extra risk. That's the reality.
53.9,
9:45.
53.9, lower than forecast.
The news was worse than
55.7. That's the US
expected.
S&P manufacturing PMI June final.
Didn't really get
lower
much
than
of an
expected.
ES response. Gold micro MNQ looked like it pushed down a little bit, but not a very
Fed
tradable
Walsh says have been
response,
focused
really.
on monetary policy in the
All
first
right.
4 weeks.
Let's get cracking. We have an MNQ breakout. I'll try that. So we can leave our MNQ magnet on. All right. We don't have to do anything to it. We can leave our reverse continue on.
So we're noting the dollar
Don't have to do
pairing
anything
its
to it.
gains now close to flat on the session
We have an
now from the
MNQ
dollar index.
breakout.
Fed
9:59.
Walsh says this is a time of huge opportunity for the United States. And the dollar yen's down around 0.15% now as well.
9:59. 59. Bracket is 50. Target 1. Hang on. Bracket is
Fed
50.
Walsh says potential
58
growth looks like it
on
has
the
trended
entry.
up.
58. 950, 958. Bracket of
We've
50.
posted the US S&P
Target of
manufacturing PMI
25.
June final reports on the feed for those interested.
Target of 75. Target one stop move BE for break even. And the stop is 100. I'm putting the time on 0. We'll check our bracket.
Fed's Walsh says if the last 4 quarters are an indication, there is a
I'll
reason
put
to be
the
optimistic.
stop on sim. I mean the chart on
That's
sim
Walsh
for a
speaking on
minute
productivity.
to check our bracket. Apply it. Okay it. Spread the chart a little bit. Put it on sim. Turn on the breakout.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
All right. Needs to be a little bit wider. And now, so I'll give it a shot with the 50. With the 50 breakout. Put the time 9:50, 9:58. Bracket of 50. Target of 25 and 75. Stop is 100. Go to break
Fed's
even.
Walsh says forward
BE.
guidance is not the
Target
right
one
of
stop move.
policy for the current moment.
Warsh is still talking. That could be causing some extra volatility. And I will trade my NQs. Going to put my NQs in a funded 69 account. So I have to change the account my NQs are on.
Walsh says, I don't know if productivity has near-term policy impacts.
And we need to make sure that we put the right account on. So we're up a couple of bucks in that account. I'm going to remove my RTY setups. I'm only trading 2 setups. My RTY goes away. My RTY chart goes away for later. All right. Our second setup is gold, the breakout. I'm not all that interested in blowing up a prop account. So I hate to trade sim. I despise trading sim. I can't trade sim. GC breakout. It's had a lot of stops, a lot of whips. I'm just trading the MNQ. I'll watch GC. I'll trade GC, I guess, in sim. I'll be a responsible grown-up. And then we'll take 5 minutes after this trade and we'll come back for oil. All right? We're not going to go anywhere. I'm going to take 5 minutes. Hit the restroom. I have to. I'm like 100 years old. I do need a restroom break. And so gold breakout, right? Gold breakout. We have to change our YMs. Let's turn on. Let's make sure our MNQ is set because it is funded. 950, 958 on the breakout. And we are on 69. Everything looks good. Let's turn on our MNQs. We do have
In
a
10 minutes
magnet
time now, at
and a
the top of the hour,
reversal.
we get the US
All right.
ISM manufacturing PMI for the month of June.
I think we can put
Forecast
high of day, low of
53.9 from the
day
prior 54,
on the
with a range of
MNQ.
55 to 53 expected. We also get the US ISM manufacturing
And then
employment
gold,
index.
do I want to
Forecast
risk
48.8
blowing up
from
an
the prior
account? That's really the
48.6.
question.
Fed's Walsh says it's no secret I wanted
Yeah,
the Fed's
what the
balance
hell?
sheet to be smaller.
I don't think it'll blow it up
That's the timer. The US
because I'm
ISM
up
prices
almost
paid
2,000
forecast
in the account.
77.5 on the prior 82.1,
So
and new
under
orders
no
forecast 57
circumstances
on
would
the
I
prior
trade
56
ISM
spot 8.
manufacturing
Keep in mind
with
we'd also get the
gold
US construction
in a
spending month
funded
over
or a
month from
cash
May,
account. I just
forecast
wouldn't do it.
0.1% on the prior
I'll trade it in a
0.4%.
regular prop account. We'll change our YM magnet to a
Another note
gold
is that at
magnet.
the top of the hour,
One
ECB's
position.
President Lagarde is due to be giving the closing statement for the ECB Central Conference.
35
Unsure whether that'll be
stop,
at exactly
default
10 a.m.
target.
Eastern Time or not, though.
GC magnet.
Fed's Walsh says, I've not changed my view on balance sheets in the first 4 weeks at the Fed.
And we're in account 54. All right. That's the main account we've been trading all the news in this morning. the economic reports and oil. All right, so we have a gold magnet.
Fed's Walsh says the balance sheet works mostly through
We're going to
asset
do our
prices.
reverse continue, turn the YM reverse continue into a gold reverse continue. One position, 50 target,
Fed's Walsh says if there is a
35
change in
on the
balance sheet
stop is
policy,
fine.
the decision will be well deliberated and communicated.
Same account as our magnet, and label it GC reverse continue. And then the big
Walsh
risk.
also comments that the balance sheet borders on
The big
fiscal
risk.
policy.
Market's really pushing up right now.
Fed's Walsh says I want interest rate policy to be the key policy tool.
All right. The markets, I guess, like what Walsh is saying. Right click strategies.
Walsh says I'm open-minded
Click
on the
news
question
trader.
of balance sheet size.
We have a breakout. We're going to trigger 959.59. We have a very big bracket. 50 ticks for gold. That's big. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is only 10 ticks. It's probably too small. That target, I'm going to increase it to 20. And I'm going to go 50 on target 2. That's not unreasonable. When this works, it has big spikes. All right? It does have big moves when it works. 140, 138, 82.
S&P 500 trimming losses now down around 0.3%.
Target 1 stop move, break even, BE. Stop 65. It's like a $1,300 risk on this stop.
Bank of England's Governor Bailey says I want to take
you
interest
made money
rate
on
risk
the open,
off the balance sheet of
if
the
you made
central
money
bank.
on some scalping you did this morning, you don't need to trade this report. It's not a best of the best. I'm trading it because we have a setup for it. We have 2 setups. I'm trading it. I do have an ES trap trade also, but I don't have another eval that I can risk it in. But we could certainly look at it. All right. So one more time,
Bank
the
of England's
gold
Governor Bailey says we must
breakout.
have sensible policy to have a balance sheet that reflects the system's demand.
959.59. We'll test our bracket, set it to 0. Bracket's 50. Stop is 65.
Bailey says the balance sheet
Target
should reflect
20. I'm
demand
going to make
for
the
reserves.
target 15. I'm going to be conservative. 15 and 50. BE on the target 1 stop move. Let's check our bracket. Label it GC breakout. GCBRK. We're in sim. I might not have time to set up the ES trap. We'll see. We need to be on gold. Gold's pulling back. Here's our breakout.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Let's get rid of the line under vertical, optional. Show vertical line on entry is off.
In 5 minutes time now at the top of the hour.
Bracket
we
look
get the
good.
US ISM manufacturing PMI for June.
959.59.
Forecast 53.9 on the prior 54 with a range of 55 to
Change
53
the chart
expected.
to
For the breakdown,
54.
the employment index forecast 48.8 on the prior 48.6.
Let's make
Prices
sure
paid
all our
forecast
gold
77.5
setups
on the prior
are on the right
82.1.
account.
And new orders
54.
forecast 57 on the
Reverse
prior
continue. Everything's on
56.8. We also
54.
get the US construction spending
Turn on our
month-over-month
gold
for
breakout.
May, forecast of 0.1% on the prior 0.4%.
And our magnet. Put the chart on 54. All right.
Again, just keep in mind on the ECB Centra Forum schedule, ECB's President Lagarde's due to be giving the closing statement as well at the top of the hour. Unsure whether this will be on time or not.
RTY, we're going to change it to MNQ. ES 0926. I don't really have enough room to trade a trap. I need a wider chart, but let's test it. Trap trade, ES. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Trigger 9:59. 55. Stop 25. Tier 1. Tier 1.
Bank of Canada's Governor Macklem says the Bank of Canada balance sheet is back to its new steady
20.
state.
Tier 2. 35. Stop is 25. Label it Trap ES. And honest folks, I'm going to sim it.
The Dow Jones pairs declines, last down 0.1%.
I have a funny feeling it's going to be good, but let's see. Turn it on. All right, so we have an MNQ breakout right here. A gold breakout. Big fat risk. ES trap on the right. Where's my clock? Somebody help me with Windows. Why does the topmost clock, somebody ask AI. I'll ask AI. Why does topmost clock wind up behind the darn charts all the time? It never used to do that. There is no move to front, keep on front.
Fed's Walsh says the Fed will remain independent after the Supreme Court.
No way that I know of to keep it on the front. All right.
So that's Walsh saying that the Fed will
Is everybody
continue to
having
act on
fun
its
yet?
remit following the Fed's Cook ruling.
Anybody having fun? I'm having fun. Man, am I hungry. What's for breakfast, everybody? What's for breakfast? You know, we could have traded MES in a funded account as a trap. It's too late now. It's only a minute and a half. I don't want to rush. Just double checking. Gold, account number 54. Reverse continue on gold, 54. Magnet on gold, Studio 54. MNQ funded 69. ES on SIM. All right.
1 minute remaining for the US ISM manufacturing PMI.
ISM manufacturing. It is an important report. It used to be a family money trade. Now, I'm going to manage the MNQ because that's funded.
So according to shipping data, Venezuela's oil exports fell slightly to 1.2 million barrels per day in June, and
pretty
oil
choppy.
exports to the US
We do have a
increased to
50
630,000 barrels per day in June. Again, that's from Venezuela,
50
citing shipping
bracket
data.
on gold and MNQ. It's a pretty decent bracket. MNQ, that's not a very big bracket. It looks like this market just wants to burst up, doesn't it? But the
10 seconds for
report
data.
can change everything.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, the
Order
MNQ is an
53 and
instant
53 spot
winner.
rate, lower than forecast.
Gold
53 spot
hit
9.
the first
Price
target,
paid,
pulled
73,
back.
73, which is lower than forecast.
All right, let me
77.
explain what
Employment,
happened. We're
49.7,
watching the ES now.
49.7, higher than forecast.
Watching the
48.8.
ES trap
And
trade.
new orders at 56, 56, lower
Everything
than forecast,
else was a
57.
winner.
US
Target
construction
one.
spending month over month.
No
as
giant
expected
winners.
at 0.1%.
No giant winners. ES, probably we can cancel. The news is lousy. If the ES original move was up, ES
Construction
trap,
spending prior revised
it
down
continues
to 0.3% from 0.4%.
I would let it fill short. The news is lousy, all of it, except maybe the price. ISM manufacturing prices, I think that might be bullish. MNQ.
Fed's Chair
Oh
Walsh
no,
did
the
say, "I hope the
MNQ
data
was a
task
stop.
force will help us use real-time data."
Short, it all stopped. MNQ did not work. Did not work. The gold trade hit target 1 and reversed. Hit target 1 and reversed. The MNQ was a stop. It just didn't work. That happens. That happens. And that's why we did it with MNQ. Not heavy risk.
Walsh says there
Cancel
will
the
be
ES
dots, at
trap
least for the
trade.
short term.
Our setup was too big. The
Order
orders
canceled.
were too big. It didn't work. That trade is a no trade. It's a no trade. All right. Now, on our MNQ after the news, before we do any analysis, we can get rid of our trap. We can get rid of our gold breakout. We can get rid of our MNQ breakout. We don't need them. We already traded them. We'll look at the video in a minute. We will look at the video in a minute. If you look at the MNQ candle, the trade candle, it clearly was a whippy kind of candle. Do we want to try and make some money back on the downside on the MNQ here
Order
with a
submitted.
short with our stop above the VWAP? It's a lot of risk. It is a lot of risk.
Bank of England's Governor Bailey says oil and gas futures prices are terrible indicators. The problem is everything else too. So it does seem now that the ECB forum has finished.
The news was pretty negative. Global manufacturing before ISM was very negative. ISM negative 53.8 versus 53.3. Not horrible. Not horrible. The ISM prices are lower. They're lower. Now, I might not stay in this trade. It's not really going my way. Let's give it we'll give it a minute. We might be just having an effect of wash, the wash effect. If I can get my stop to safety, I would do that. I would do that. We just might be suffering from the wash effect. The MNQ is
We
down
have posted the US ISM
240
manufacturing
points.
PMI June report on the
It's
feed for those
down
interested.
240 points. Gold, the gold trade candle on the 1 minute chart, you can't tell how much it pulled back. You just can't tell. You can't see it. We know that we got target 1 and a reversal. That much we know. Because we're now almost flat in that account. We made the 15 ticks. A little bit less. We made a
US
little bit
chip
less.
stocks fall in early trading today. We got Micron down 6.7, Intel down 4%, AMD down 3.5, Nvidia down 2.3. Broadcom as well down around 1.4%. US 2-year yield falling to session lows after the ISM and Fed's wash comments.
Just watching. We do have to get ready for oil. I'm going to turn off my gold. Put gold on an oil chart, CL 0826. We're going to get ready for oil. Get the news ready for oil. Crude oil
The
inventories.
Philadelphia Semiconductor Index down 3.6% as well.
Now remember, folks, I have so many funded accounts now. I'm not going to blow this account out if this
We
trade
posted the
doesn't
construction
work.
spending May reports on the feed as well for those interested.
I'd like the trade to work. I'm above the VWAP, but it does feel and look like we're wrong.
So
All
following
right.
the end of the Centra conference with the central bank governors there, the S&P is continuing to trim losses. We're down
So I've had a few
0.15%
scalps
now.
this morning that have been difficult. Scalping's been tough today. Oil, remember what happened to us on oil? We got caught long near the open in this area, and it never really pulled back as much as I thought that it would, and still hasn't. Okay? It still hasn't. MNQ is really going against us. We had a very momentary opportunity to get out and did not. And that's okay. It's part of the game. It's part of the game.
Traders pair Bank of England wages, pricing in 20 basis points of rate hikes by the year end now.
We're going to get ready for the oil inventory report. What I'm going to set up is a reverse continuation. Looks like the MNQ is going to get us. Now, the news was pretty lousy, so you just can't, we just often don't get the technicals of a news report to agree with the market price action. Even though the MNQ is down 200 points, we're still not getting cooperation in price action. It's a little bit hard to accept, isn't it? Wouldn't it bother you? The technicals of the report were mediocre at best, not horrible, but the market, it's sticking it to me. And I don't like that. I don't. Some days you can do no wrong. Other days you can't win. Isn't that true? Our economic reports, they've been a little mixed. I would say, a little bit mixed. ADP was a winner. ISM was a gold target one winner and a MNQ loser. I'm trying to recover my MNQ losses, but it doesn't look good. I'd like to see more momentum in our favor. Let's set up oil on the middle chart. So we have an oil reverse continue that we need. All right. So we've got a gold reverse continue. We could leave that almost the same for oil. The target will be smaller. 30. Stop 30. That'll be our reverse continue for oil. And we'll keep oil labeled CL reverse continue. And we'll do it in account 54, which is almost flat now. So we have an oil reverse continue. And we have an oil breakout at 10:30. The oil breakout at 10:30 is a very poor to mediocre event. It's been better over the last 12 weeks. Prior to the last 12 weeks, the oil report has been untradeable, completely untradeable, where it just was canceled most of the time, or it didn't have a move on the news. And we had two cancels out of the last 6, so you can still see cancels are common. So the oil breakout report, it's not a funded report. It's a eval report. The MNQ is a filthy animal that's going to stop me out. You filthy, lousy animal. You're a filthy, lousy animal, you MNQ slob and a half. I'm not moving my stop above the PP. I'm just not. But it's a dirty animal that I hate. All right, my daughter has to ask me a question. She asks me the craziest stuff. Let me tell her I'm trading. I'm trading, make it quick. Now the MNQ, look how far away we are from getting flat. This is like hopeless. It's hopeless. It's going to stop me out. Just do it. As Nike would say, just do
The
it
S&P
already and take
500
me out of my
erasing its
misery.
earlier losses, now close to flat on the session.
Take me out of my misery. All right, we have a breakout. I'm going to trade the oil breakout and an oil reverse continue in this funded MNQ account if it stops me out. Hang on. All right, so look, MNQ, we could wind up maybe not getting stopped. We put our stop above the VWAP. Maybe I'm smarter than I think, right? Our oil breakout, click News Trader, the breakout, 1029.58. And then I'm ordering Indian food for breakfast. The bracket is 20. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1, target 1 is 10, target 2 is 20, the stop is 20, target 1 stop move is break even, BE. I'm scrolling down, I'm labeling it CL breakout. Right now I'm leaving it on sim. I'm going to test the bracket and let's adjust our CL magnet. One position, I don't mind a 35 stop. Default target -3. Everything's default except the stop. Stop's 35. One contract. Oil magnet. And our oil trades are on 54. Apply it. Okay it. Let's check our breakout bracket, right? We'll highlight the breakout. Now you have a signal. Put the time on 0 for oil. Time on 0. Put everything on sim, right? Chart on sim. We're testing the bracket.
Xinhua reports that China's foreign minister held a call with US Secretary of State Rubio.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Let's get rid of the optional vertical line on entry. Highlight the breakout. Optional. Show vertical line on entry. Uncheck it. My brackets were way too wide. You couldn't even see them. We'll test it again with the time on 0. When
Order
there's
submitted.
movement, the bracket will generate. There's our brackets.
China's foreign minister says, "We hope the US
Order
to treat
cancelled.
Taiwan
We're going to go
related
back to
issues with
oil.
caution."
the setup, breakout, disable it so we can edit it, put the chart on 54. The MNQ, we're not dead yet.
China's foreign minister says the two sides should control risks.
Put the time, 10:29:58. Bracket of
China's
20.
foreign minister
Targets
urges
of 10 and
China
20.
and the US to stay on course toward a constructive relationship of strategic stability.
Account 54. Oil's ready. We're in account 54. MNQ trying to get us out. Had I been trading, maybe not in the room, I might have added an extra contract or two on that short signal. That was a VWAP short signal. It was a very good signal. Now, look, it's still going against me, this trade, because I didn't exit when I had another opportunity right there. I was adjusting my oil trade. But I saw it. I saw it. I wasn't quite ready. If it's going to go down, give me a profit. Give me a profit. So I won't take the oil trade in the MNQ funded account unless it gets stopped out. It's pretty choppy. It's still not really finding great momentum, and it still looks like it wants to kill me. Now with oil, they're expecting a drawdown of negative almost 3 million barrels drawdown. Almost 3 million. That's nothing. That's an average oil report drawdown. That's just totally average. It's not big. It's not small. It's just almost meaningless. So that, yeah, the dirty, filthy NQ. And we're still streaming on YouTube. So don't forget, we have our final presentation tomorrow. You're welcome to come into the trade room. All you YouTubers, the password is free. All the thousands of people that are watching us on YouTube, all you thousands of traders, here's the login. Here is the login. Thousands and thousands of traders watching us trade on YouTube. The chat is going by so fast, I can't keep up with it.
In 10 minutes' time now, at the bottom of the hour, see the release of the weekly EIA inventories numbers. Crude oil inventories forecast is a draw of 2.262
So
million.
generally,
On the prior draw
what
of
happens with the oil
6.088
report,
million. The
they're
range sees a build
expecting
of 1 million to a
almost
draw
a
of
3 million
7.852
barrel
million.
drawdown.
Gasoline inventories forecast
So
is a draw
if
of 0.861 million.
if
On the prior build
oil
of 2.064
followed
million.
the
Distillate inventories
technicals
forecast a build of
on
1
the
million.
report,
On the
which
prior
it
build
really
of
doesn't,
3.064 million.
but if
And
it
crude
did,
Cushing
if it
inventories, the
followed
prior
the
was a draw of
technicals,
1.077
if
million.
there's more of a drawdown, that means there's less oil around. That would push the price up after the report. If there's a build, more oil, drawdown means less oil around, build means more oil around. So if there's a build, which would mean less than 2.9 of a drawdown, that would also be a build. You could have a negative number be a build. If the build is a positive number, that might help push the price of oil down on the report. The biggest problem we have with the oil report over the past year is it has not done a good job of following the technicals of the report. And the technicals of the report are exactly what I just explained. If there's more oil around, the technicals mean the price should go down. If there's less oil around, the technicals would mean the price should go up. But oil has not followed those rules lately. And a lot of the reports just don't even fill. Oil's been very strange on the report for the past year. Not just because of the war. It's just been weird. And we see these behaviors happen all the time over the years. Reports change. They stop reacting. Then months later, they start reacting again. There's certain reports we never give up on. And then there's certain reports we walk away from forever. Chicago PMI, we've walked away from that report. I think we're going to walk away from the API report. It's not moving. What did API do last night? Last night at 4:30, there was an
House Speaker
API
Johnson
report.
urges allowing the Jones Act waiver to expire.
So 16:30. What did oil do last night at 16:30? We have a range trade. So on a 1-minute chart, we're going to go right to 4:30. Remember? If you've been here all morning, we're going to go right to 4:30. Now, here's our report. Nothing. This is why we don't trade API anymore. That's dullness. Dullness. No trade. That's a no trade. We do not trade the API anymore. So that's probably going to disappear forever. That report. It doesn't respond. The news doesn't respond anymore. I remember the old days when I first got here. That was a 50 tick mover at the moment of the news every week. It was explosive. It was fun to trade. Now, it doesn't move the market anymore. I don't know why. It's the American Petroleum Institute's report. This MNQ is really irking me. It's irking. It's very irksome. It's an irksome trade. It's the irkiest irking I've been irked in quite a while. Just go down, put me
US
in a
stock
profit,
indexes
and
pair
I'll
their
exit.
declines. The S&P 500 now flat. The Nasdaq just down spot 3%.
Just go down and get me out, right? I'm not even looking for much. Just get me out. Obviously,
In 5 minutes
I've been
time
on
now
the
at
wrong
the
side of the
bottom
move
the hour, we see the release of
since
the
I
weekly
took the
EIA
scalp.
inventories numbers. Crude oil inventories, the forecast is a draw of 2.262 million on the prior
So
draw
get
of
me out.
6.088 million, with the range seeing a build of 1 million to a draw of
If it stops
7.852
me
million.
out, I'm going to be
Gasoline
ticked.
inventories forecast is a draw of 0.861 million on the prior build of 2.064 million. Distillate inventories forecast a build of
So
1 million
just
on
type
the prior
in
build of
the size
3.064 million,
TV
and crude
that you
Cushing
have.
inventories, the prior was a
Type in the
draw of
biggest TV that
1.077
you
million.
have. We're going to find out who is a real
Keep in
person
mind, last night
and
we did
who
see the
is
release of
not.
the private API
Type
stock
in the
change numbers.
TV that
Crude
you
showed a
watch.
deeper
How
than
big is it?
expected draw of 6.072 million on
Are you
expectations for a
serious
draw of
about
4.1
watching
million.
TV? That's what I want to know. Come on, type it in. Damn, that's pathetic. That's sad. 46. I can't even see that. I can't even see that. Joe, not bad. Joe's cooking with gas. John, not great. John, not great, not horrible. Come on, let's go. Who's got a projector? Who's a real macho TV watcher? Who's got a projector? It's not smart either. I got you all beat. Got you all beat. Getting ready to get a new one right now. 77 Sunset Strip. 77 Sunset Strip. Now, I have to say I'm an idiot. I bought a Hisense 77-inch TV instead of an OLED. I don't know what got over me. Now I have to buy the OLED because the Hisense is very good, but it's not an OLED. If you're going to watch TV and you don't watch on OLED, you might as well not watch TV. And I'm not a big TV watcher. I'm talking about sports and a movie here and there. Projectors, projectors used to be the way to go, but now with TV's so big, I think I'd rather just have a TV. We always had we were always like maniacs with projectors. We had a movie room in every house that we had when my kids were growing up. We always watched lots of movies. My kids tell me that they will never forgive me for scaring them with scary movies when they were like 5 years old. I didn't realize I was scaring them, but I think I'm guilty. Now, I did not put The Exorcist on, but I think RoboCop scared the heck out of them. And Alan, a lot of people do a computer monitor stream. I mean, that's what a lot of people do nowadays. I get it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my God, a 13-year-old TV. Joe, come on, man. Just hit it with a hammer and get rid of it. Just get rid of it. That's enough. It's enough already. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 13 years old. I have a dead pet that's older than that TV. All right, folks, we're waiting on this oil report. If it doesn't burst, I will cancel it. And then I'll look at the news result and see if we're going to
1
take
minute
a
remaining.
shot
I'll lead with the EIA
with a
crude oil
secondary
inventories.
trade. It will have to be a big difference from the forecast. We call that the news offset. What's the difference between the forecast and the actual news result? That's called the news offset. We need a big news offset to take a second trade. Put it in the bathroom. Put it in the kitchen. Get it out of the living room. That's not a real TV if it's 13 years old. Just get it out of there, Joe. Do yourself a favor. You'll thank me for it. You don't have to throw it away. Give it to
10
somebody.
seconds.
Give it to a college kid. Even a college kid wouldn't take that TV. Here we go. Brackets are coming.
Order submitted.
News
Draw
is out.
3.775
A
million.
little
Draw
bit bigger
3.775
on the
million. Lower than the
drawdown.
expected draw of
Notice
2.262
we're not
million.
getting a
Gasoline
reaction
inventories, a
to
draw
the
of
news.
2.333
It's
million.
not
That's a
enough
draw
to
of
make oil go
2.333
up.
million, lower than the expected draw of 0.861
Folks,
million.
this is a
Distillate
canceled
inventories,
oil
a build of
trade.
2.483
I'm
million,
canceling it.
a build of
Order canceled.
2.483 million, higher than the expected
It's
build of 1
just
million.
not a
Crude
very
Cushing
big
inventories, a
drawdown.
build of
It's a little bit worse
0.709
than
million, a
expected. It's a
build of
little bit bigger
0.709
than
million.
expected. It's probably not big enough to push the price up. Let's watch. It's not big enough to make me go long. Now, it's not a big risk. You could put your stop right under market structure, but oil's
We have posted the
already.
weekly EIA crude oil inventories report on
I'm
the feed for those
expanding my
interested.
MNQ for a possible winning trade here. Oh, come on. If you start going up now, Come on, MNQ. You dirty dog, you. Come on. Here we go. Expand. Oh man, I can't move my stop to safety yet. This is a funded account. I'm putting my stop above. All right. Let's go, MNQ. Bomberan, baby. Bomberan. That'll Drake break it. Bomberan. Drones are attacking everywhere. Let's go. Drones attacking the
Order
world.
filled.
All right. Small winner. Small winner. Small winner. Better than losing 400 being on the wrong side of the trade. I don't mind getting out of that. That took like an hour. We have to change our name. 10-minute trades. 1-hour trades. But look, we went for a little bit of a trail. We didn't get it. Now we're getting it. Now it's going to do it. I'm tempted to take another short. I know you think I'm crazy. I know you think I'm crazy, but the market, it's moving down now.
Order
Let's
submitted.
go. Stop above the wick of the candle. Try one more time. Let's go. I don't like going to the well multiple times. It'll probably punish me. It'll probably punish me. I think we should get a test of the low, but I just don't know that there's enough motivation in this market to do it. I'm not willing to risk $300 or $400 on this trade. If you get a new TV, get an OLED. Nothing compares. Nothing. No matter what anybody says, there is no comparison to an OLED. They are the best. Oil, maybe oil's going to do that test of the low, everybody, that we thought it was going to do this morning. But the drawdown's bigger than expected, so you'd be going against the news. We know that doesn't really matter that much on oil, on the report, but I'm not going to take another oil trade. I just don't think it's wise. And then the MNQ, I think, again, I'm not on the right side. I think getting back in was probably not smart. Even though momentum's on our side, we're just not getting the price action. We're not getting the price action. I'm ready to finish. So I'm ready. If it just takes me out, I'll let it take me out. I'll put my stop just above the previous candle. That's all I'm willing to lose. Joe, you know what? We're done. If you want to ask me in 3 minutes, I'll answer it. It's up to you. Come on, MNQ. Let's go, baby. Give me a trail. Give me a little trail. I'll take it. I'll take it. I got to buy Bruce Hornsby tickets. Bruce Hornsby's coming to Pennsylvania, right near where I live. I got to buy those tickets. He's my idol. My idol.
Order filled.
All right. Look, we wound up profitable on that account by 13 miserable little dollars. Not even enough. Not even enough for a Starbucks poisonous coffee. Oh man, I'm not getting back in on the short side, but it's going to test the low, everybody. Don't you agree? This market wants to keep going down. All right, Joe, why don't you ask the questions and then we'll get out of here. Anybody wants to ask anything, now's the time. Crazy morning, right? Marco, thank you. Emotional control. It's only micros, Marco. That's the key. When the risk doesn't scare you psychologically, then it's easy to stay in a trade. When the risk scares you, then it means either your account doesn't have enough money in it, or you're just a little baby chicken, which is possible. No, that's not nice. Sometimes you just get scared. Usually, if you get scared, it's because you're taking on more risk than you want, or you don't have faith in your setup, or you are revenge trading. A
US
lot of
crude
reasons,
stocks in
right?
the latest week fell to their lowest
If
since
the
September
breakout program can
2018,
be
according to the EIA
customized to take
data.
a breakout trade in whichever direction, all right, Joe, let me see if I can answer that in a way that makes sense. So, I think I understand what you're saying. You can customize the breakout by time. The way that the breakout trade is set up, it's by time. So, if you want to trade the market open, you have a exact time that the trade will put the orders on the chart. So looking at the breakout, there's two setups that might fit your thinking. The range trade and the breakout. With the breakout, so the question is, how do you put the trade on? Activate the breakout. So if you're going to trade at the market open, what time do you want your orders to go on the chart? That's question number one. 9, 29, and 55 seconds? Maybe. But you configure the trade by how big the bracket is in ticks and how big your target is in ticks. So if that answers your question,
Meta shares extend their gain to more than 10%
right?
now.
If you have a 5-tick target, profit target 1, 5 ticks. Our MNQ opening trades have small targets because we want target 1 to get hit. So we have winners most mornings. The key is to then manage the trade for target 2. And we can support up to 3 targets, 3 positions. The other setup you could consider is a range trade.
ECB's
A range
Classic
trade
says may have more clarity on wages in
calculates
autumn.
a
Says
range
longer-term oil
based
price
on
effects from the
the
war are
start
likely,
time
and one more rate hike
and the
is a
finish
reasonable
time of the
expectation.
range. So look,
This is
it's
ECB governing
10:40
council member
right now.
Classic speaking in
Turn
an
the
interview.
breakout into a range. End the range at 10:41, 10:42. 10:42. Our range ends. One position, a 8-tick target,
US
and we'll
crude
make a
stocks in the
big stop,
SPR
a
fell in the
50-tick
latest week to the
stop.
lowest since May of
But we have to start the
1983, according
range
to the
at a
EIA.
time, a certain time. So range start time, 10:39, let's say. It's a minute. We'll start the range at 10:39, end it at 42, so we have a 3-minute range trade. That's all up to you. What time do you want to start it? What time do you want to end it? All of it configurable by you. How many ticks do you want your orders to be above and below the range? If you just want to break the range, then ticks above is 1 and ticks below is 1. If you want the market to work in your direction, you might want 4 ticks above the range, 4 ticks below. But here I created a 3-minute range trade. Watch what happens when I turn it on. It's calculating the range. All right. It's calculating the range. It will put the orders at the top and bottom of the range at 10:42. I can change the time of the range. I could change the orders, the tick profit, everything. All right? Totally up to
Order
you.
submitted.
Now, am I on the right chart? No, I was on sim.
Order submitted.
So I
Order
got filled
filled.
short and it hit my target. That was a winning trade. So set it up with a follow-up stop. Okay, so we have a feature in the software called Target One Stop Move. If it hits your first target, we can move the stop anywhere automatically because you don't have time to move your stop in a very fast trade. So in a range or a breakout or a magnet, Target One Stop Move. If you put it BE, if you hit your first target and the price pulls back to your entry, you're out. And it protects your profit. Sometimes you might have a little bit of slippage on an exit. You could wind up flat if you only have a 2-tick profit. But most of the time, you'll protect the bulk of your target one profit. So almost all of our setups have the target one stop move. All right? Does that answer your question? And yes, the program can do it faster than we can. That's why we do it that way. Do I want to take this oil trade for a test of the low? What do you think? It didn't test the low at 9 o'clock. I don't trust it. I'm not trusting it. If the news was in my favor, if it was a build, I would do it. But it's a drawdown. So even though oil's not great, following the technicals, it is against the concept of testing the low. All right? Okay, Joe. Anybody else? That was a great question. How about stop move of, say, Arthur, you could trail or you can have a stop move, but there's no way to trail the stop move, right? There's no way to trail the stop move. All right, folks. Look at that MNQ, that animalistic MNQ. Everybody will be back. Tomorrow's our last day. Should be a lot of fun tomorrow. A lot of fun tomorrow. U.S. jobs report, natural gas, and market opens. All right. I'll see everybody tomorrow. U.S. jobs report. I'm tempted to take that MNQ, but I'll see everybody later. Have a great rest of your day, folks.
Order submitted.
If you want to watch if my trade will get to the low, I'll leave it on, but I have to go because our landscaper's coming. The landscaper's coming, and I'm turning off my high of day, low of day orders. My stop is above the most recent candle. Let's see if this works. I'll be right back, all right? I'll be back. If you guys want to watch this trade, I got to just check the yard for dog remnants, and I'll be right back. I'm taking my mic with me.
US Energy Intel Bureau Chief Baker on X says a little over 5 million barrels per day of crude oil exited Hormuz in June. Says don't let the numbers fool you. That's just 1/3 of the normal flows pre-war.
Go away. You cannot go out. Go. Go. Get. Okay. I'll hang around for a few more minutes. See if we can get a test of the low. Arthur, you can set the trail. That CL, it's going to test the low also. I wish the news was on my side. I would have taken that. Now, the MNQ, we might just be getting caught because it's the MNQ and it's very volatile, right? We might just be getting caught in a little bit of a retrace. I don't want to risk 400 on this trade. I'll risk 2 or so and not damage the account that much. All right. Roz, I'll definitely see you tomorrow. So tomorrow, right after we're done trading, we're going to make an offer for everybody to join the service. I think we've shown a lot of really good stuff. You didn't have to take this scalp with me, right? It's going to stop out. This is not going to work. This is not going to work.
Order filled.
So we lost a little bit of money on that account today. But overall, it still wasn't that bad of a morning. Now, if I were interested in trying to get this money back, I would put this chart on oil. I truly believe oil is going to test the low. I really believe it. Now, I know my reverse continue has too many
Order filled.
orders. I got to put a buy
Order submitted.
limit at the low and a buy stop
Order submitted.
above 50. Above 50. All right? Above 50. I think we're going to get a test of the low. That's what I think. It's not going to be a huge trade. It's not going to make the account positive. It'll help a little bit. I can move my stop to break even if I want. Now I can't lose. Stop is at break even. If it goes down, I'll expand my target. Whoa. And trail. All right. But it's very choppy. I don't see any news. As it goes down, I'll trail. All right. As it goes down, I'll trail. Tick for tick. All right. It's going to break. It may not break the low. It may just get to the low. All right. It may just get to the low. Now it may reverse and take me out.
Order filled.
Now I got to cancel
Order
that other
canceled.
order. All right, we made about $100 on our scalp. All right, that's my last trade. That's my last trade. So not a bad morning. We had some good funded trades. Lost a little bit in the eval, but overall, the goal was to keep safe overall this morning. There was a lot of gold volatility this morning. Oil got more volatile just now, right? And the MNQ is a crazy volatile instrument every day, all the time. That's the way the MNQ is. It's just crazy. But it is fun to trade if you're on the right side of the trade. Okay, I want to thank everyone for sticking around. This was a long morning. I'm going to close our YouTube stream. Don't forget, tomorrow, one more day in the trade room, and then we're going to bang you over the head with 5,000 emails.